What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Speaking of Sports. I'm your host, Jared Slack. This week, I want to go over the Cowboys-Giants game that's coming up this Sunday. I want to go over some college football, talk about what happened last week, and a little preview of what's going to happen next week. And then I'm going to talk about some Zeke contract. Are you on the fence about it? I'm going to change your mind right now. First, I'm going to start with America's Game of the Week between the Cowboys and Giants. This is going to be a great matchup for the Cowboys. Both sides of the line, offense and defense, are going to completely overpower that Giants offensive defensive line. I can't wait to see what Kellen Moore has in store for this offense. I think he's going to do tremendously better than Scott Linehan did as offense coordinator. And it seems to me that everybody seems like they're healthy going into this first week. So you got Amari Cooper, you got Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, you got Ezekiel Elliott, which is back in the building now, which is good. I want to go over a little something that maybe not everybody knows about, and I think that's Kellen Moore is going to bring to this offense. Is going to be a lot more motion and disguising the play before it actually happens. Like a lot of veteran quarterbacks, they have a running back in the backfield. They motion it out to receiver. If you don't know what that means, typically is for the quarterback to figure out what the coverage is. If you see a linebacker or a free safety follow that running back, that means they're in man coverage, and it lets the quarterback know what they're in and what he needs to do after that. He can change the play, do whatever, and I feel like that's going to be a little bit more what this offense is, and it's going to spread it out more, and it's also going to help the run for Zeke and Tony Pollard. And for those kinds of things, if you get a linebacker to follow Zeke, of course Zeke's going to win that battle every single play. And that's going to be good for this offense. Now I'm going to transition into the Zeke contract, and I know some of you are skeptical, and I understand that. But believe it or not, this is the Cowboys' window to win a Super Bowl. The next 2, 3, and possibly 4 years are your best window to win a Super Bowl, like it or not. And Zeke is your best chance at winning that Super Bowl. Okay, so Zeke is going to be an elite quarterback to 3 to maybe 4 more years, and over and above 1,000-yard rusher every single one of those years, and maybe his 5th, 6th year. His contract was worth 6 years, $90 million, $50 guaranteed. You got to add on his extra 2 years that the Cowboys already had before, which extends it to 8 years. And only 50 of it's guaranteed. That $90 million really doesn't mean anything. So technically, the Cowboys have him locked up for 4 years, $50 million, which comes out to about $12.5 million a year, which is great for a running back right now because I think Todd Gurley is getting around 14.5. So you got a discount right there, and then after that, there can either be a new contract deal done or the Cowboys can cut losses if it seems like he's decreasing in yards or something like that. So, yes, as of right now, you need Zeke. This is one of your best chances to win a Super Bowl, and I think that it's going to be good for the Cowboys to have him right now. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the Jared Goff deal. Jared Goff got around $33 million a year. I think it was $110 guaranteed. So what does this mean for Dak Prescott? For the Cowboys, it means you need to lock him up right now because once you wait till next year, you're going to get a $40, maybe $45 million a year quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. And that just skyrockets the price of your quarterback, and everything goes up. And after that, if Dak has a above average year, it's going to go from let's just say 32 to probably 38, 39 a year, and that's really expensive. So I think that for the Cowboys, you need to get it done right now. But for Dak, you're going to be as patient as possible and just have yourself a good year. Now going back to Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs and Jags play on Sunday at noon. I'm really looking forward to that game. The Chiefs and that electric offense, and the Jaguars have a really good defense, which didn't show up much last year, but a defense can turn the switch at any point in time. I predict a very high-scoring game from the Chiefs side, and I think the Chiefs are going to win it 41-10. On Sunday night, you have the Pats versus the Steelers. I have the Pats winning this game. for a few reasons. I don't know how good Big Ben can be without Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. Juju Smith-Schuster might be able to fill that role as Antonio Brown, but I highly doubt it. And for a second reason, just to simply put it, it's Bill Belichick. On Monday night, you have a doubleheader between the Texans and Saints, and the Broncos and Raiders. In the first game, I have the Saints winning. I think Drew Brees is going to have another great year, and I think he's going to have a high completion percentage again. And in the second game, I have the Broncos winning, only for the sole purpose of the Raiders are in a tailspin even before game one. And it seems like Antonio Brown's causing a whole lot of trouble over there. There already talks they might suspend him. They've already tried to fine him. I don't know how all that's going to go, but we'll find out on Monday night. Now on to some college football. I'm going to start off with Jalen Hurts last week. He had a great game. He had 6 touchdowns total, 3 rushing, 3 passing. He was the first person since old Johnny Football to pass for over 300 and run for over 150. He's having a great start to his senior campaign, and I believe he's going to have a great year. Now on to what's going to happen this upcoming week. You have a few good games that's going to happen. 2 that stick out to me are Texas against LSU, both really good football teams, and the winner of this game will be sitting pretty going into the beginning of this year. So you also have Clemson versus A&M. Last year, this was a great game. It was a nail-biter at the very end. I believe it went to double overtime. Ultimately, Clemson came out on top. It was a very close game all game long. That's going to be it for this week. Thanks for tuning in to Speaking of Sports. Next Wednesday, I'm going to have a podcast. Make sure to give that a listen. And all shows after that are going to be on Fridays. So thanks for tuning in to Speaking of Sports. I've been your host, Jared Slack. Join me next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Time on the Mute Mogul Media YouTube Network.